Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another RTP Boozing Wrestle Chat podcast. This is episode 6. My name is Joe. I just want to welcome you guys back to the show. So glad to have you guys back here, and happy late International Women's Day to all of you ladies out there. I hope you had a wonderful day, and please, it's just your first reminder: hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell. And visit our Discord, where you can find all the wrestling under the moon. Anything from every big YouTuber to every news publication to video game news. Um, it's a one stop shop for all of your wrestling content. And also, we got our league that's going to be in there. It's going to be I got Xbox and Whistler has PlayStation. So we stopped doing the league for a while because it was just actually WWE just stopped making good games and they were not cross platform and everybody was on a different system. So now the things are starting to straighten out and we got a good game. And we're going to get that back rolling. It was real fun. So I hope you guys come and join. And it's a lot of fun in there. We got some games. Every once in a while, I'll throw up some wonderful pictures in the One Stop Thought Shop. And yeah, and with me, I have my best friend and my wonderful co-host over here, Mr. whislerj. What's up, Whis?
How you doing? Last week, and hopefully not this week. Last week, I had no audio. I had the previous takes that we tried to do of this video. I had no audio. But yeah, Nerd forgot to switch it back from his OnlyFans page. So yeah, uh, he says he just accidentally cut me out, but we all know the real reason.
I, I mean,
So
the feedback I got, they just said there was too much whislerj talking, and I just did what the fans wanted. Hey, I'm sorry. No,
I mean, are you talking about Vince McMahon's fans where it's what Vince McMahon really wants and not the fans? Or...
no, but this really is our 378th take. Everything seems to be up and running, so let us get on with the show, man. First off, we got happy birthday to Pitbull number one, Mr. Gary Wolf. He was born March 11th, 1967. Today I'm drinking. Today I'm drinking Perpetual. So, Whis, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Yingling as usual, but I'm also drinking. I picked this up on my way home from work. I got a New Belgium, I think that's what it says. Yeah, Voodoo Ranger, um, Imperial IPA, 9% alcohol. Never had it. I'm looking forward to trying it. Um, but I just like the name. That's why I wanted it.
Yeah, I've had Voodoo Ranger. Voodoo Ranger is really good. So,
Yeah.
so let us chug a beer in honor of Gary Wolf and to all those ladies out there who just celebrated International Ladies Day. So, cheers.
Chuck my Yingling.
Oh boy.
Nice and cold and fresh.
All right.
So, what do we got going first?
Well, first thing I got is my girl, Mrs. Jade Cargill. I got her on screen now. I love Jade. She's 29 and 0. I've been saying it, and she's going to be the Asuka of AEW. I really think she's going to be undefeated for a while. One reason why I love her is she's such a nerd at heart. Like she cosplays, and like she's done Storm, and she's done the Bunny Girl from My Hero Academia, and she just recently came out as Jade from Mortal Kombat. So I think that was awesome. Love nerds and people that just like are afraid to put their nerdom out there. So and then we can't forget about the wonderful tender moment that she had with Tay Conti. Uh, at Revolution, man, she got the she got the gay alliance on her side, man. They have her back right now. She's becoming a gay icon. Uh,
I mean, Sammy Guevara probably got a little bit lucky there.
oh yeah. So yeah, I was excited about that. Just wanted to throw a little shade because I love Jade, and she is 29-0. I'm just gonna say it again.
Where are we gonna get the 31-1?
No, she's not Undertaker. All right, so let's get on with the rest of the news. So we have actually we had two pretty awesome debuts in AEW. One I know well you're gonna talk about the third one. All right, so one the first one I know Wiz is very excited about, very happy about. One of his favorite wrestlers in the whole wide world, Jeff Hardy, made his debut.
Yeah, it was awesome. Well, not supposed to be talking about it, but he made a little appearance on Rampage too.
Yeah, and he came out to the awesome WWE Hardy Boys theme,
Yeah.
which I was very surprised about.
Well, they bought that. They bought the rights to that AEW, and apparently they bought the whole soundtrack that came with it. So they got the rights to like also Hardcore Holly's song and Crash Holly's song, which I'm very surprised about. WWE's let a lot of shit slip through their fingers.
Oh yeah, I mean they ain't gonna own anything soon. It's it's like a crackhead who like needs his next fix and just don't have the money. Vince is just selling everybody, letting everybody go. Anything to save a dollar, man.
Yeah, I mean, wow, something you're going to be showing a little bit later. You could see what he's doing to hire people now.
Oh yeah. So let's see what else we got. Kurt Angle. He takes to social media in a plea to find a kidney for his brother. So his brother is pretty much in hospice right now, and needs a kidney. Kurt Angle got tested and he's not a match, and don't know anybody that is. So he took to social media in hopes to find somebody with a big heart out there that'll donate to try to save his brother's life. So hearts and prayers go out to Kurt Angle's brother, and I hope he finds a kidney. I really do. Um, onto something a little bit lighter. Xavier Woods went onto his YouTube channel, Up Up Down Down, and asked everybody, all of you kids, to go to kidschoiceawards.com to vote for Xavier Woods as favorite male streamer. He's going up against the likes of Ninja and stuff like that. He's probably not going to win up against Ninja, but I went on and voted. Then you got Sasha. Sasha Banks is a favorite female sports star going up to the going up against the likes of like Serena Williams. Um, yeah, so all you got to do is go to kidschoiceawards.com. You vote on about 30 things. It takes literally less than 2 minutes. And let's try to get Xavier and Sasha one of those giant surfboards. Maybe they can amass a collection as big as John Cena. All right, and let's see. So Rob Van Dam was on Instagram, and he's been posting up a lot of posts that he's going to be appearing at a lot of small independent companies all over the continental U.S. and all over Europe and stuff, and like Ireland and stuff like that. So I wanted to see what the schedule was like, and I wound up getting distracted and got into his CBD store, where he sells flower marijuana.
We all know why you weren't there.
Yeah, I wanted to see if he was selling weed because like Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes are selling, like they have their own weed now, and it's not
Yeah.
it's not CBD like Rob Van Dam. It's actual THC. So anyway, I was curious about that, but I did see one thing. So Rob Van Dam is selling 50 packs of his roller papers. Okay, rolling papers only have about like 24 small little pieces of paper in them, and so he's selling 50 of them. Of one of them being autographed for $350 on his store. Um, Yeah, I'm just saying those are some pretty expensive rolling papers. Yeah, I know one of them comes with his autograph, but yeesh.
I'm gonna tell you, if I don't smoke no more. I used to smoke. I haven't smoked probably in like 3 or 4 years now. Um, anyway, so if I would buy them, if I was still smoking, I would be puffing and not passing, definitely. And I know he probably got Riddle as one of his main sellers, using calibrating for him.
Oh yeah. So
But you forgot one thing, by the way.
what's that?
Number five. Number five.
Oh yeah, Mr. William Regal is also all elite. That was the second person that I was going to talk about that made a surprise debut in AEW in the past week. Um, I was very surprised about William Regal being showing up in AEW after leaving NXT. Um, I was very surprised about that.
Excited about it because I mean, yeah, right now he's managing John Moxley and Bryan Danielson, but and there's probably going to be more WWE superstars along with that faction. I think that's what I think is going to happen with it. There's going to be like the ex WWE faction, um, but what I think also is with the announcement of Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor, William Regal is going to be the general manager of Ring of Honor in my opinion, but hopefully he gets his health condition straight.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's been having some health issues, but I think Ring of Honor being the new performance center for AEW, I think that's a perfect step from leaving NXT to jumping right into that spot because I think he will do nothing but succeed and make great superstars and stuff coming out of the new promotion.
Maybe he can get Triple H in with him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Triple H can do his vision again.
yeah. So I just wanted to share something a little bit wholesome with you, and this is Mick Foley. I just wanted to show you why I love this guy, and how great he is towards the fans.
Mick Foley won the 24/7 title from my friend.
Camera's going! I'm gonna win this thing! Check his arm! Check his arm! Check his arm! Someone get out here! One! Check it again! Two! Check it again! Three! We got a winner! We got a winner! Son of a bitch! Thank you, I did it! You did it! I did it because I'm a winner!
That was great. I love that guy so much. He is so great towards the fans, and you don't see too many or any wrestling superstars really. I mean, there's a few that got a heart like Foley, but not too many got a heart like Foley. He's the greatest person I've ever met in my entire life.
I don't know if you know, but surprisingly, Brock Lesnar started to be more for the fans. If you've been watching that.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as he took on that new cowboy persona, he's been very fan friendly.
Yeah, and you know, wanted to put this in there because I said it last week, and obviously because of nerds OnlyFans, I didn't get that audio through, but I got the honor to meet Devon Dudley at one point at a little promotion called Legacy Championship Wrestling down in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and it was a little small show, but I only went mainly because I wanted to see Devon wrestle. He was only there to basically, put over the promotion for, I guess, because he was with TNA at the time, back when it was called TNA, and he was one of their champions. But after the show was over, I snuck backstage, and the other wrestlers there were like, "Oh, no fans allowed." But Devon was like, "No, let him come in," and because he knew I was coming there to see him mainly, basically.
Yeah,
And but it was cool because I spoke to him. Back then I wanted to be a wrestler. I still would like to, but I'm a little bit older now. So probably not gonna be able to. Definitely, have the body for it because of all the backyard wrestling stuff I did. But Yeah, he was telling me about, he's a huge believer of God, first of all. He was telling, let God do the work for you, like, and all that. He gave me a free autograph and free picture with him.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
and you still have that autographed, that little piece of scrap paper, framed in your bedroom, huh?
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. I
Yeah,
mean, it's got a little tear in it, but it still means something. So,
yeah. So
back then he wasn't supposed to use the name Devon Dudley, but he signed Devon Dudley on there. So,
right, yeah, he was brother Dudley at the time,
brother Devon. So
brother Devon, yeah.
he wasn't allowed to use Dudley because WWE owned it.
So what do you got for news, man?
All right, here's the first thing. I said last week I wasn't going to talk about this. We'll talk about this person in particular. Like I said, he's a waste of time for this news, but it's drawing my attention. What he wants everybody to pay attention to him. But Cody Rhodes, there's so much going on, so much. Cody Rhodes. He's the top of wrestling right now. Honestly, Cody Rhodes reportedly listed on internal WrestleMania documents, according to uh, resources from inside of WWE. That I forget what page they told, but I've seen it on multiple wrestling news sources. Cody Rhodes has been reported listed on internal WrestleMania documents. His original plan, or his original opponent plan for WrestleMania was supposed to be Seth Rollins, which would make sense because Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins lost that tag match, and they're both going their separate ways. It looks like. So Seth Rollins needs an opponent. So I guess Cody Rhodes is his opponent if the plans go through. But the rumors are also that the plans fell through, and he's not going to WWE, and he's still signed with AEW. And there's a lot of rumors that he's going to be in Ring of Honor. Like, there's rumors. I think the only thing that isn't a rumor is he's going to be a part of Control Your Narrative.
Yeah, I mean, right
But
now the rumor mill is all over the place. Like, we're not gonna know until it happens.
yeah,
This could be the greatest work of all time, or he could have just had a stroke or something. I don't know what he's thinking if he does go back to WWE. They misused him and just demeaned him for so long. Like, why would you? I mean, I know the answer for that, but I mean, the answer is money. But I mean, Cody Rhodes is definitely not hurting for money.
I'm pretty sure he's going to wind up back in AEW. If he does go to WWE, it's going to be like a one night thing, and then the next night he's going to be like, "Oh, I'm in contract with AEW still." By the way, because if you remember, back when AEW started, he signed a 5-year contract, and it hasn't been 5 years yet.
Right.
Apparently, that's what it said. That's what it said all over that he signed a 5-year contract. He was a EMP, whatever the hell they call that, which they offered Chris Jericho, but Chris Jericho turned it down. Um, but who knows? Maybe he's trying to be like Jeff Jarrett and, start another company again and invade AEW with his new company.
I mean, that'd be interesting to see. I mean, only time will tell what's actually gonna happen. So, I mean, we got WrestleMania around the corner. Who knows? I mean, we'll see. I,
You
I,
can
I,
always
yeah. I mean, I think he's an idiot if he goes back, but
he
whatever.
can always go he can always go wrestle and control your narrative at Applebee's or Chili's.
Yeah,
You should check. I don't know if you checked that out, but check that out on TikTok. Like, they try to jump off the top rope, they're gonna hit a light.
yeah.
Um,
I've seen shows in some pretty bad venues. And I can't imagine wrestling in an Applebee's. Like,
that's like Braun Strowman, man.
yeah,
That dude's if he walks a little bit, he's just gonna hit a light in a ring.
right. I mean, he's got to duck his head just coming through the door.
Yeah. All right. So next thing we got Oscar, which we talked about a little bit last. Well, Nerd talked about a little bit last week because you guys didn't hear me. So, um, yeah, Nerd was saying that Oscar's coming back for WrestleMania weekend. Well, Oscar said herself she's not medically cleared to return to wrestling yet.
I,
Now,
I said she
that
was
could
coming back for WrestleMania weekend. I didn't say she was going to be wrestling on WrestleMania weekend. I said she'll be back, which when I say that, I mean she's going to be doing like fan access and stuff like that.
hey, seems good.
I told
Sorry,
you. I told you it was good.
I was like, woo. But sorry guys. I know some of you probably don't want to see that. My reaction to that beer, but try it out. Try it out. If you're over, if you're 21, try it. Um, but yeah. So she said herself she's not ready to return to wrestling, but that could be not true because as we said in the previous takes, a lot of wrestlers say they're not going to be there, and all of a sudden, oh, I'm here,
Yeah.
just to try to create a buzz.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of wrestlers are taking to social media and just trolling the audience or teasing the audience. Um, which it's fun. It kind of creates a buzz. It kind of creates that rumor mill. Nobody knows exactly what's going on because wrestling could be so predictable at times. So it just adds another layer onto that.
Especially WWE.
Yeah.
WWE is the most predictable company ever. Pretty much anything that happens in WWE, I say it's going to happen like 2 weeks before it happens. And you could probably vouch for me on that. Anything else on Asuka?
Now tell me about Jake something.
Wow. It's Jake nothing now. Um, so he's a free agent now. He's no longer with Impact. The pay per view was his last appearance with Impact as of now. Maybe they'll re-sign him, but if they re-sign him, I hope they give him the last name.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully he comes back with a better name because this one sucks.
I mean, I don't see WWE hiring him because he's not that great in the ring. I mean, he's good, but he's not great. But of course, they got what's his name? Um, that guy that broke Big E's neck. The guy that goes with Sheamus. I forget his name. It don't matter. He's probably getting fired. Um, I don't know if you know about that or not. But he broke Big E's neck last night on SmackDown.
Yeah, I did see that in the news. Yeah, I want to see the video,
Yeah, it looked bad. I don't think Big E's gonna be back to wrestling.
and that sucks because Big E was a great talent who definitely had a great possibility if only he would have gotten a push. I mean
Yeah, I
that.
mean he got the push, but then Brock Lesnar came.
Yeah. I mean, and that could have been so much better than what it was. I mean, Big E was a very charismatic guy. He definitely had the fans on his side, and the man can definitely work. So it's a shame.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean he's done. I mean, there's no coming back in a major promotion from that really.
I mean I hope he does come back because um, a couple of people have done that. Have had a broken neck and came back.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
it's
the only one that has been really successful after coming back after a broken neck, they there was Daniel Bryan. Um, obviously you saw Paige; she came back what twice,
yeah,
and it just happened again. Stone Cold, maybe he's coming back at WrestleMania to wrestle, but we'll see. But even if he does, he was out for a long time, so I'd say Big E's probably gonna, if he does ever come back, we're not gonna see him in the wrestling ring for at least a couple years.
definitely.
Um, if we do, it's gonna be like as a manager or something.
Yeah.
But I hope they do fire the guy that broke his neck. I mean, it wasn't 100% his fault, but obviously he did some. He's a part of it. He's a part of the reason that the neck got broke, and he either needs to be fired or he needs to be sent back to NXT where he should have stayed in the first place.
Yeah, he definitely needs to be sent back. I mean, they've had, I mean, they had Nia Jax on the main roster for so long, and she hurt like everybody that she fought. Like she's so horrible in the ring. But they kept
Yeah,
her around for so long. But I mean, we all know why they kept her around because she's legacy.
yeah. They fired her because she refused to get a COVID-19 shot.
Yeah,
Um, so on from that, that wasn't even supposed to be this week's news, but I saw the video and I was like, you know what? Since we got the lead, I gotta bring it up because that's major news right there.
definitely.
And then another major news because it kind of has to do with that segment because Pete Dunne is with Sheamus now too, and the other Ridge Holland, that's his name, Ridge Holland. That's the guy that broke Big E's neck, Ridge Holland. But Pete Dunne is a part of that stable now. Yeah, if they keep it, who knows? But they renamed Pete Dunne Butch. What the hell, man? Like, Pete Dunne was a badass name.
Yeah, it was. And
Now, Butch?
to rename him Butch, and then shave his head.
Oh, I saw that he shaved his head a little bit, but he didn't shave it all. I thought it was all of it, but no. His hat was covering his hair. He has it up. He has it up in like a ponytail type, kind of like Brock a little bit. But still, you could tell he's not happy. Like that's what they did with him. Um, Obviously, they weren't gonna do nothing with him in NXT because it's a new NXT, and yeah, but just they just killed his career. They just killed his career in WWE.
I mean, no surprise
And
there.
it sucks because he just signed a long-term deal with them. Like before they moved him to SmackDown, I think like 2 months ago, he signed a long-term deal with them instead of going to AEW. I bet he regrets it now.
Yeah, right.
So, on from that, Simon Gotch, which I haven't heard that name in forever. Um, we know somebody, or we played with somebody on Xbox as part of RTP that is actually a wrestler for the UK, and got the chance to meet Simon Gotch in the ring. Big Taurus came, shout out. So Simon Gotch is John Hennigan's opponent at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 8, which will be hosted by GCW, by the way. They're kind of hyping that pay-per-view up so much. I actually might check into it because I think their pay-per-views only run about $20.
Okay.
So I might check that out. Of course, you can only get it on Fight TV. All right. Next thing up, Tony Khan has confirmed that he will be the one booking the new Ring of Honor, which is awesome because he's already gotten the reward 2 years in a row. I think best booker of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So we know he's going to do major things with it. We already knew he was going to be good with it just by owning it, but now he's confirmed he's going to be the one making the matches and making the calls. As long as he doesn't make it like darker elevations, it'll be definitely good.
Yeah, I mean the man's definitely got like a massive amount of talent himself and all the people that he hires. The roster is going to be sick, and I have no doubt that he's going to make it successful, just as he made AEW successful as it is nowadays.
Only thing that sucks, I hope he doesn't put Ring of Honor on TBS or TNT. And he'd be awesome, but if he wants the Briscoe brothers in Ring of Honor, he can't be on TNT or TBS. Apparently, the Warner or whatever, that's who owns that, right? Warner's.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want him to hire the Briscoes.
Oh.
So, yeah. he can't hire the Briscoes as long as he's with TBS or TNT, I think, which is unfortunate because they're a great talent. But hopefully they change their mind on that. So, because it'd be great to see the Briscoes in there.
I mean, do you think Ring of Honor would go to HBO?
If he ever does HBO, yeah. I mean, I've heard a lot of rumors about that they're going to be putting AEW stuff on HBO. So maybe.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if it was just going to be the AEW, but I mean, if it's going to be the one-stop shop for the for the company, it'd be best to have everybody that they affiliate with. I'm guessing all in one place. So
Yeah, I see it. They're going to be doing something with streaming soon. They got to be doing something with streaming eventually. He's probably going to announce it. I'd say within the next 6 months, he'll probably be announcing. That'd be his next major announcement. Is that he's either started a streaming service or he's signed with HBO Max.
yeah, I mean to start a streaming service. I mean WWE tried it and failed. I mean, yeah, WWE had the money to start it and try it, and it was a good attempt. It was a lot better from like they did have a WWE network that like it was like a premium channel on like cable, but once that they actually made the website for it, it was so much easier than having to do the cable route because so many cable providers didn't even offer it, so you couldn't watch classic matches or anything like that. You know,
Personally, wish they would have kept the WWE Network instead of going to Peacock. I can't even find what I'm looking for on Peacock. Like I'm still trying to watch NXT Next Level or whatever, Level Up, and I can't find it. It's on there, but I can't find it. Even when I search it, I can't find it.
yeah, like I am gonna miss like the original content that they had, like Legends House and Swerve and the Edge and Christian show. Like they had really good additional like wrestling but not wrestling content. Um,
But I
uh,
still have that on Peacock.
yeah, but they're not making anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, they
Yeah,
can't do the Edge and Christian.
right. Yeah, so they're not making like any more of that. Like they had the Camp WWE, that was pretty funny. Then they had the animated Road Story show that was freaking hilarious. Like they had so much great content, and that's what I kind of liked about WWE at the time. Like they were producing their own movies. Like yeah, the movies might not be great. Like the best was maybe the first Marine and See No Evil. But other than that, like the other 35 Marines all suck, and they haven't came out with anything else. But at least they tried. Like I thought the Kane movies were great.
I like the
Um,
Mrs. Burns.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't even hear that. No, but yeah. So I mean that's the one thing I miss about the WWE network, and it costs so much money and stuff to set up all the servers and to do all that. It just don't make sense to do it when you could just go to somebody that already has all that established and just make a contract to stream with somebody like HBO. And I think HBO would be a great spot for them.
Yeah, it would be, and definitely bring it. It would help out HBO too. Because, I mean, a lot of people already want HBO because HBO gives you instant access to some movies that you can't see unless you go to the movie theaters.
Right.
Like, but with the addition of AEW and possibly Ring of Honor, I think it'd bring in so many more people because a lot of people don't really want to do HBO because of the price, and I could see that movie on TV. Like some of
Yeah.
them, not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah. HBO is probably the streaming service that I watch the most. Just because they got all the classic stuff, they got all the new IP from Warner Brothers and stuff like that. So I mean,
I watch it the most too.
yeah.
It's
So Yeah, I mean that'd be a perfect place for AEW to go. I think they would fit in perfectly in that company.
I'm honestly tired of watching Netflix. Like, they haven't had anything new in like forever.
Nah, not anything worthwhile.
Yeah, like I'll check it out. Now all they do is Netflix originals. They
Yeah,
barely put on something good. And Netflix originals are shit.
yeah.
Like,
Like
did you see the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
no, no, I didn't.
Oh,
But
I
but
watched.
I mean, all we gotta do is point to shows like the Big Show to show you what a Netflix original is.
Well, I like that show.
You
It,
like the Big Show?
yeah, especially when Rikishi and Mick Foley and all them were on there,
Oh
and
yeah,
Mark
yeah.
Henry.
It was a fun little it was a fun little cameo, and yeah, it was a nice little nod to the fans. But I mean, come on, you
It,
can't say you actually like that show.
I liked it.
Oh, you probably like
Uh,
Fuller House too.
yeah, I mean, I grew up watching Full House, so it was a good throwback to my childhood. Sucked that the Olsen twins weren't there though. But on from that, so the next Hall of Fame inductee to the WWE 2022 is Vader. Awesome. He's also going to be. Well, I'm not going to spoil that. I'm not a spoiler like nerd is. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Vader is a great inductee. He definitely deserves it.
Yes.
He was quite possibly one of my favorite baddies.
I don't really call him my favorite, but I remember he made an appearance on Boy Meets World. I don't know if you remember the show.
I do, and I remember that appearance too.
Yeah, I wanted to see it again, and I don't really remember when it was because I was a little kid, and, you know. But that was one of my favorite shows when I was a little kid, and WWE was my favorite. Well, WWF, WCW, and all that, and I'm like, I fucking know that guy.
Yeah,
It was an exciting moment.
yeah. I remember being, a young man watching TJIF when I saw that, and it was like being a wrestling fan. It was like the coolest thing in the world. It was like Big Bad Vader. Oh my God, he's on Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
And
just
and
like with Supernatural when the Miz showed up.
yeah, I wasn't
It's not
excited about that at all.
that's not as great, but
No, not
you
great at
know,
all.
Dean Winchester and the Miz kind of look similar.
A little bit.
But definitely definitely the little appearances from them. I think there was a couple other wrestlers that made appearances on that show too, if I'm not mistaken. But the one I remember in particular is Vader. So this is a little bit of game news, but I don't have my own game news section because that's nerds thing right there. Like he still needs to talk about AEW games, but WWE may be ending the relationships with 2K games if WWE2k22 doesn't succeed, and moving over to EA. But one thing we already know, WWE2k22 already succeeded. Everything you see on the internet is positive. Best game since WWE 13, I think. Best wrestling game. Uh, I don't know if you've played it yet. I know last night you said you haven't, but
Yeah, I have yet to. Actually, that's a lie. All I've done so far is the very first step of the tutorial where it teaches you how to punch, kick, and yeah, I've only done that, and then I had to go and do chores, so I haven't had the time to actually sit down and actually play yet. But I
I
mean, from what I've seen so far, it looks pretty damn good.
skipped the tutorial, but I need to go back to it because even though I already mastered it, but I need to go back to it because that's actually an achievement to finish the tutorial.
Right.
So, because you know I got 100% my WWE games.
Yep.
Um,
So
but yeah, this best wrestling game since WWE 13.
Yeah,
But I
even if it wasn't like a good game, I think going over to EA would have been a stupid choice. Like, why would you go from a shit sandwich to having shit soup? Either way, it's still shit. Um,
like
2K,
Tom Brady.
2, 2K has just not been, bringing it with the WWE games, and EA can't make a good sports game now anyway. All they do is like the microtransaction everything, and if they were to get the contract for the WWE, you're not going to have the awesome customization of the characters and the move set and everything to make your own custom, make you in the game or whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
Um,
still got to do that.
yeah, so if they went over to EA, I mean, every cool trench coat or every cool move or visual effect, they're gonna charge you for it, and they're gonna be rare things, and they're gonna be behind a paywall. And in order to get a cool entrance and move set and character, you're gonna have to put mad money into it. Just the same way you got to put mad money into like a FIFA game. Like if you want an awesome like FIFA roster, you gotta spend a shitload of money to do it. And EA would be such a stupid decision to do. Like WWE should have went back with like THQ. THQ knew how to make WWE games.
Well, they can't go back to THQ because THQ sold the company.
Yeah,
Um,
I
I mean,
mean,
they're back, but they're not THQ. They're not known as THQ no more. I forget what they're known as now, but I've seen it. I've seen it that the original people from THQ have started another company.
right? Yeah,
Um,
like the same thing happened to Telltale. Like they stopped for like a couple of years, and now Telltale's back. So now that it might not be the same company name, but it's the same guys. It's the same people that do the coding and the programming, and the same people that made the games that you love. So no matter what the name of the company is, those guys are still out there. Um, and going to EA would just be stupid. Like EA is despised by gamers and fans, except for the people that they got brainwashed to buy the same Madden and FIFA every damn year. Even though it's the same game, updated roster, maybe a little bit better graphics, but essentially it's the same game. They don't add anything new.
I just well stopped. I mean, Ghostly Clark. I don't know if you got that joke.
No, not really.
Titus, he buys Madden every year.
Oh, Titus. Okay.
And, if they went to EA, they wouldn't get another dime out of me. Because, one thing, Xbox Game Pass, Ultimate, you got EA, you get EA Pass, whatever, EA Play, whatever the fuck it's called now. But within 3 months, WWE would be free. So, they would never get another dollar out of me. Not a penny, nothing. Um, but it would also mean the two card no more.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I thought that the My Faction in this would be a supercard killer. Um, until Wiz actually played it and let me know what it's actually like. I thought it was going to be essentially supercard, but if EA does get it, yeah, Cat Daddy's done. It's done and over
Yeah,
for supercard.
I like the My Faction thing. But you get to pick the card and that is a match, like player versus player. But only thing I don't like is it don't have entrances. Like, they should put entrances in it. Um, but it's a nice mode. But you gotta pay to win, pretty much, or you gotta grind. You gotta grind a lot. So, right, people that work don't have time to grind.
Right.
I want to hop on, have fun. If I want to buy a pack, I want to be able to get the credits easily. No, I'm not play like 2,000 matches before I can buy a pack.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, there's challenges that you can get. You get rewards for it. All right, anything else you got on that?
Nah, man.
All right, so this one's kind of exciting, different little wrestling news. Former Ring of Honor owner Harry Silken, I think that's how you say it, is inducted into the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame and presented with the first ever Ring of Honor Hall of Fame Legacy Award, which will be known as Harry Silken Legacy Award going forward. He owned the company from 2004 to 2011. What I want to say about that is I'm guessing Tony Khan took over the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. I hope he makes it more more watchable than what the original Ring of Honor Hall of Fame was set to be. Like just highlights of the career. We already saw highlights of the career, and now they try to use that every week on the show.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I love the Hall of Fame ceremony, the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, and I hope that Tony Khan does something like that. I hope he don't just do like a little blurb like, oh hey, this is so and so, this is what they did in like a 2 minute segment. Like I like the full ceremony. I like hearing the guys go up and tell stories and you know Kerry Silken is definitely somebody that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he made Ring of Honor what it is. I mean, for being like a relatively smaller promotion, he made it what it is, and it's definitely respectable. I mean, and I'm so happy, and I hope they give him the the due he deserves in a proper ceremony.
I know a lot of people used to want to be with Ring of Honor and not WWE. Like they wanted to be on that promotion. They didn't care about being in the big time. They wanted to be in Ring of Honor.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when COVID hit, it kind of messed that promotion up. That's what ultimately led to the downfall and the sale. I think Sinclair owned it, but I think COVID's basically the downfall of the original Ring of Honor. And as we said, Tony Khan's gonna do great.
No, definitely.
I can't wait for it to make a return. Like I already have it set on my DVR. So as soon as it comes back, I'll be recording.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right. So anything else you want to say on Harry Silken?
No, man. Just tell me about
All
Miro.
Right. Miro, which I forgot his name a little while like last time I spoke about him. I said Rusev, his name's Miro. He has signed a 4-year extension with AEW, which, I watch sometimes Lana's TikToks and stuff, and I saw one of her comments that she said Miro is waiting to come back for me. So I'm saying Miro's not going to come back to AEW until Lana goes to AEW or what CJ Perry, whatever her name is. But I think that's when he's going to go back, and the wrestling is when his wife goes with him.
Yeah, so right now she's doing the Marvel movie, and he's been training with her. So when he's not doing TikTok dances with his wife, he's training with her and trying to get her proficient in using the bow staff and other martial arts weapons.
I'm looking forward to it because Miro he's a beast in AEW.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't expect Miro to be back for quite some time.
He deserves, when he comes back, he deserves not to be in the TNT title picture. He deserves to be in the main title picture. Right. I think the TNT title, it was good for him, but it wasn't Miro. Miro deserves to be in the top talent. Like everybody that came for the TNT title against him, he kicked their ass easily.
Yeah,
so next, speaking about it.
Yeah, I mean Miro's a beast.
That's it.
Yeah, go on.
All right. So speaking of beasts, Brock Lesnar is now an official bearded butcher. Sorry about that little silence there. I thought Nerd had a little bit more to talk about there. Brock Lesnar is now official bearded butcher, which is actually an actual company by two brothers. And Brock Lesnar became really good friends with them. So Brock Lesnar is officially a part of the Bearded Butchers and has his own seasoning, which can be purchased at the Bearded Butcher website. Which I might once I can, I'm probably gonna go there and buy myself some, because I can imagine Brock Lesnar makes a good seasoning. But it is $10.99 for 6 ounce shaker.
Yeah, I saw all the videos on Instagram when he joined the company, and man, he some of the stuff that he's cooking, man. Did you see some of those slabs of meat? Like, oh my
That's
god,
what I was about to say. I want one of them steaks, man.
oh
If they
man,
sell me some of that Brock Lesnar size steak, I'm definitely getting it. That's like 3 meals and more.
yo, you'll be driving like 3 days to afford that steak.
Yeah, probably. Ah, but it'd probably be worth it. But yeah, definitely go check that out. Bearded Butcher, the website, and there's different stuff you can buy. But I didn't. The only one I found that probably people are gonna find interesting is the $10.99 for the 6 ounce shaker. 'Cause I'm not gonna buy something. I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on something I don't know how it is. So I want to make sure I like it first before I buy the more expensive stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So when you do, let me know because I like buying shit like that. So
Yeah, it probably won't be for a while, but I'm gonna get it because it'd be cool to have something from Brock Lesnar. It's like I want to get Stone Cold's beer, and I want to get a little bit of that bubbly.
some of the rocks tequila and yeah,
Yeah, and
like
he's got his own energy drink now too.
yeah, he does.
Brock's got a lot going on.
Oh, if
He's probably not even a millionaire. He's probably not a billionaire. He's probably a zillionaire.
damn, you're saying he's got Jeff Bezos beat?
Yeah, man, he's rich. You know, wait. As the man said, when he started in WWF, he had $12 to his name. Now he's probably one of the richest men in the world.
Yep.
So next we got WWE Evil, which I thought was going to be a movie, but no, it's coming to Peacock March 23rd.
Yeah.
I just butchered that. Hang on. That forward in there. Bring it on out. So WWE Evil will be coming to Peacock March 24th, which is an inside look at WWE's greatest villains and will be produced and narrated by John Cena. Now, I heard somebody say there was a clip of the Fiend on there, so maybe we'll get a little bit of a Fiend.
Yeah,
Little.
I'm excited for this project. I love like documentaries and stuff like that, like the Dark Side of the Ring and stuff like that. And like the WWE channel used to have like pretty cool documentaries, so it's nice to see that they like are still pursuing certain things. And I'll definitely be checking out the WWE's Greatest Villains series.
Me too, but they do work with A&E.
Right.
They signed a contract with them, so they're making documentaries through A&E.
Yeah.
If you want to watch their documentaries,
they got 3 new shows coming up that are premiering on the AEW channel. I know the one where they go around and look for old stuff that was used inside the ring that like fans own and try to reacquire them to because eventually they want to make like a WWE museum, like a big giant museum that has like ring gear and props and stuff from all across the WWE like landscape, from the 60s or however far back they're going. I don't know if it's going to be I don't even know if they'll be able to find stuff like that, but I do know that they go back and get some ring from like ring gear and stuff from the 80s and 90s. And that was a really interesting show. And they got two more, but as it gets closer to being launched, I'll let you guys know what they are as soon as more information comes through.
Make sure you check out Corey and Carmella on YouTube. You want
Yeah.
to see some X-rated stuff.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, it's all plastic. Um, so maybe Carmella back in the day. Not Charlotte Flair wannabe Carmella. Um, so
So let me tell
what
you
we got next?
let me tell you about the WrestleMania 38 lineup. So we got two nights. First night's going to be April 2nd. It's going to be live on Peacock. First, we got Charlotte Flair defending her WWE SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey. After that, you got Becky Lynch defending her WWE Raw Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. The Mysterios go up against The Miz and Logan Paul. And Drew McIntyre faces off against Corbin and Madcap Moss in his corner. On the second night, on the 3rd of April, you got the unification match between WWE Champion Brock Lesnar and Universal Champ Roman Reigns, which they don't know what unification means, so we'll see where that goes in the future. After that, you got Queen Zelina and Carmella defending their WWE Women's Tag Team Championship against Sasha Banks and Naomi, and also the tag team of Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. After that, you got a crap match of Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. After that, another crap match of Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. No comment on that one. All right, and then we got
Well, I'm waiting until you finish, and I'm gonna make my comments.
and then we got the match of the evening, which is going to be Edge versus AJ Styles. It's going to be a 5-star match. And then we got one more match. We don't know where it's going to be yet. It's going to be RK Bro defending the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship against a team that's going to be announced.
That's probably gonna wind up being the Alpha Academy, honestly. What I want to say about that lineup, right? Ronda Rousey is gonna beat Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch is gonna retain because we already seen that, and that's what's gonna happen. Logan Paul, what do you think? What if Jake Paul interferes in this match? Watch Jake Paul interfere.
I don't even want to
Then
think
they're
about that. That just seems so stupid, and that's the last thing that I want to see is another
If that
douchey
happens-
fucking internet guy. I don't need douchey internet guys in my wrestling. I'm sorry.
If that happens, though, then you better be prepared to censor a lot. What you're gonna hear from the crowd is "fuck Jake Paul."
Yeah.
So, Drew McIntyre is gonna beat Happy Corbin. Madcap Moss is gonna turn on Happy Corbin, or Happy Corbin's gonna turn on Madcap Moss. Brock Lesnar is gonna win that championship match. We already know that. As Brock Lesnar was originally supposed to win the Universal Championship when they were supposed to face before Roman got COVID. So we already know Brock Lesnar is gonna win that. We already seen the downfall of Carmella and Queen Zelina, so we know that tag team's breaking up. So they're not winning. I think Sasha Banks and Naomi are going to win because they're doing a lot of TikToks together. And Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, I don't see lasting as a tag team. So Sasha Banks and Naomi are going to win that. Johnny Knoxville is probably going to beat Sami Zayn. Jackass will probably interfere to cast the Jackass. Pat McAfee is going to kick Austin Theory's ass. AJ Styles is going to beat Edge. Because Edge is going to put over AJ Styles. Even though AJ Styles is putting over people. I don't know. But I think Edge is going to put over AJ Styles and AJ Styles is going to put over somebody else. That's my opinions on that.
Yeah. Sasha Banks and Naomi definitely got the fans behind her, and I think that'd be a smart direction to go for the women's tag team. Yeah, pretty much anything else, I really don't care. I care about those two matches. I'm tired of Brock and Roman. Yeah, there's only two matches I really care about. The rest is gonna be all shit.
So let's get into this. Um, it's more exciting than last week, but obviously, like I said before, you couldn't hear me last week because of Joe's Nerds Only fans. So the NWA Crocker Cup lineup, which last week we were saying $50 that ain't worth it because they only showed two matches online. So night one, March 19th on Fight TV, which I'm still not spending the money on the pay-per-views because I get them free eventually. I'm probably going to subscribe to the yearly subscription. It's $50 a year, but right now I pay $5 a month. Um, $50 a year is actually cheaper. But so to determine the final team in Crockett Cup, Violence is Forever take on the Bad News Boys, the Rip City Shooters, and the Heart Seekers. Round one as La Rebellion versus the winner of the previous match. Another round one match, The End versus Hawks Airy. Another round one match, Strictly Business versus Gold Rush. Another round one match, Doug Williams and Harry Smith versus the Ill Begotten. Another round one match, Matthew Mims and the Pope versus the Cardonas. And no, Matt Cardona is not involved in that. I don't understand why they call him the Cardonas. It was Mike Knox and some other random dude. I was about to go non PG there, but I'm not going to. So another round one match: Aaron Stevens and J.R. Kratos. You know Aaron Stevens as what's his name? The Miz's partner from back in the day, the one that acted like the Miz. Um, you remember him?
Yeah, I remember who you're talking about. Don't remember the name.
So I was like one of your favorite guys. So Aaron Stevens and J.R. Kratos versus the Dirty Sexy Boys, which is Fandango and JTG. And the last round one match, the Briscoe Brothers versus them now. So I guess that means the Briscoe Brothers will be in NWA. Round two and round three matches are to be determined by the previous matches, obviously. The fixtures already advanced because they won their match at NWA USA. And night two, Matt Cardona defends the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against Nick Aldis with special guest referee Jeff Jarrett. Next match to determine the new NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, Austin Aries goes up against Homicide against Darius Lockhart against Toby Corino, which we already kind of know Austin Aries ain't going to win that because he's a part of that control your narrative shit. So Kim Mel defends the NWA Women's Championship against Kylie Ray and Chelsea Green in a triple threat. Tyrus defends the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against Rodney Mack, which I hope Rodney Mack wins because Tyrus puts me asleep every time he wrestles. Anthony Mayweather, aka Crimson, defends the NWA National Championship against his former tag team partner Jack Sting. The Hex, Allison Kane, and one of Nerd's favorites, Marty Belle, defend the NWA World Women's Tag Team Championship against Pretty Empowered, Ella Envy, and Kenzie Page. And your thoughts on that lineup?
Oh man, night two is definitely going to be the best night of this show, in my opinion. Definitely looking forward to seeing Chelsea Green fight. I always like Tyrus, but the match of the night is definitely going to be the tag team with Marty Bell and Allison Kay.
Tyrus was good, yes. Now he's just too lazy. He doesn't even know how to move in the ring. It's like, I don't know if he watched any of his previous matches, but he walks like a turtle, man.
Yeah, I mean, being that big and being beaten up on, it's definitely going to take toll on your body. But yeah, I definitely noticed it. Especially well, even when he left the WWE, and when he went into Impact, he was you could see that his heart wasn't really that much into it for a little bit. I haven't seen him fight recently.
It's boring. I mean, it seems like he's getting a little bit passionate about it again, but it's just, I understand why WWE fired him. Honestly. So,
Well, it's about time to chug a beer, kids. So grab your beer.
And to, hey, don't
Liz,
say kids, man.
not
Don't promote that to kids.
not kids,
Root
grown
beer, root beer, kids, root beer.
root beer. That's what I was talking about for the kids. And you adults, you pick up your regular beers. And yeah, cheers. So
Wait,
next,
before you get into that, talk about it. I'll be right back. I gotta run, make a real run, real quick. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
what the hell?
I'll be right back. Go over that, and I'll be right back to make some comments.
All right, I guess I'll sing for you. La la
What we
la.
got next is what we got next here. What we got over here is Electric Nerds This Day in History, presented by
Pizza Hut.
now
Oh, do we got?
presented by RVD. Okay, I'll be right back.
Anyway, all right. This day in history, I have ECW. So I chose, in honor of RVD's very expensive rolling papers. I have ECW March 11th, 2000. So we start off the show. We got Big Guido, who has Big Sal in his corner. He tapped out Kate Cash, who had Jazz in his corner. And that was a 1.5 out of 5, excuse me. Next after that, we got Cyrus from the network. Now, the network was essentially a knockoff of the WWE's, the corporation gimmick they were doing, what's best for business type thing. So Cyrus from the network comes out and he convinces RVD with manager Bill Alfonso to relinquish the World Championship title, which he held for 2 years. So RVD gave up the title, and this whole show is going to be a tournament to who's going to eventually fight to get the title that he just relinquished. So the first of that match was Rhino, who defeats Spike Dudley after interference from Steve Corino and Jack Victory, who were part of the network. Spike Dudley, who at that time, being the smallest guy in the roster, he's 5'5", weighs about a buck 55, soaking wet. But he had beaten every big guy in ECW at the time, including his brothers Devon and Budley Dudley. So
And Big Dick.
yeah, I don't know about Big Dick, but he as soon as he puts the Acid Splash on anybody at that time, he beat him, and unfortunately Rhino won this only because of interference. Then after that, you had a really great match, and that was C.W. Anderson going against Super Crazy. Super Crazy wound up defeating him. C.W. Anderson had Louis Dangerously and Billy Wiles in his corner, who got into it a little bit. And Louis Dangerously was a mock of Paul E. Dangerously, who had left the company at the time and gone over to WWE. So after that, you got it was a really bad promo that was given by Dusty Rhodes for a bullwhip match against Steve Corino at the Living Dangerously pay-per-view that's coming up, where everybody would fight to see who's going to get the title, RVD's title. So after that, you got a semi-good match. You got Mike Awesome and Raven defeating Tommy Dreamer and Tanaka for the World Tag Team Championships. Tommy Dreamer took a hell of a bump in this. He jumped from the rope and crashed down on the table with his jaw and like on the edge of the table. So where the legs of the table is, his jaw hit that little edge and it just snapped. And he was just sitting there rolling around on the ground. He took a really bad bump on that. But it was a decent match. After that, you had a really good match. It was Sandman who defeated Tajiri, even after the interference of the network, which was Corino, Jack Victory, and Rhino jumped in, and Sandman still laid out all of them to get the victory. It was a really great match. So, what day in history did you have, Liz?
Oh, man. I'm excited about this. I'm excited because you know, TNA was my shit. So I got TNA Destination X on March 11th, 2007, and you can watch that on Impact Plus. They charge $8 a month, but it's worth it. They have some glitches. They have some glitches in the app, but it's worth it. Um, I actually took notice of something from the Impact Plus. I think they from the Mickey James deal to the Royal Rumble, I think they got out of the deal is some of their library back. Because if you remember, Billy Corgan sold their library to WWE,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
that
think
definitely makes
Impact got
sense.
their library back, some of it, because not all of it. Like their weekly shows from 2009 to 2014 still aren't there. But the pay-per-views from 2009 and 2014 have magically reappeared. So I think they got part of our library back from WWE from letting Mickey James be in the WWE Royal Rumble. Personally, but it makes no sense on why they wouldn't said, "Hey, we got this back on Impact Plus." But Impact Plus is definitely worth the $8 a month. If you like the old school TNA. You
Yeah,
gotta like the new school TNA and the old school TNA. The old school TNA, awesome, especially Scott Steiner's definition of TNA.
yeah. Unfortunately, I think the only way to watch the weekly shows is on the Impact Twitch page for now.
Yeah, I gotta go over to that because I gotta go check that out. But I hope they do get everything back eventually because they would make a lot of money if they had everything on.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks with Twitch, you just gotta watch what's on. Like you can't pick and choose what you want to watch. So, yeah, you could watch like those old shows, but you just gotta suck it up and watch what's on.
Well, the old school TNA is worth it, honestly. So let's get into the we all know what happened anyway. The downfall of TNA was Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. So, first match we got LAX, Homicide and Hernandez with Conan. That was LAX at the time. Obviously, we've seen numerous members of LAX over the years. But at that time, it was Homicide and Hernandez with Conan defeated Team 3D, Brother Ray and Brother Devon with John Rods. By pinfall, at the beginning of the match, everyone throws trash cans in ring, old school extreme, because they're doing that ECW. Uh, they're trying to make everybody remember ECW at that time, like every company was.
Yeah,
So it gets extreme and they take the fight out into the crowd. Latino Nation come out and gang up on Team 3D. Johnny Rod comes out to try to make the save, but the numbers win the odds. Now, this is what the announce team called them. Devon's brothers from Brooklyn come out to even the odds, and that was a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 match. James Storm and Miss Jackie Moore defeat P. Williams and Gail Kim by pinfall in a double blue rope match. The match was a must-see match. It was a 4 out of 5, but it was a must-see match. You could tell they were being careful, like trying not to make sure they didn't really hurt somebody, but it was awesome. And that's how good TNA was back then. Was they had people that would make sure they weren't hurting the other person. So Senshi, which you know as Low Key, I think, defeats Austin Starr, which looked like Austin Aries with long hair. Yeah, he was portraying a gay character. Um, Pretty much like his whole actions, it seemed. But they were in a cross-face chicken wing submission match, which was basically like you had to put in Bob Backlund's finisher submission to win a match, don't tap out. So Bob Backlund comes out and distracts Austin Starr. Senshi applies the submission, and Senshi gets the win when Austin Starr taps out. That's a 4 out of 5. Voodoo Kin Mafia, BG James and Kip James, which you might know as a New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, Jesse James, defeat somebody I don't even know. I don't think nobody knows. I think the crowd was saying, "Who are you? Who are you?" They defeated the Heartbreakers, Antonio and Romeo, which was presented by Playboy Playmate or whatever she was, Christy Hemme, and that was her secret team that was supposed to beat the Voodoo Kin Mafia by pinfall, 3 out of 5. Now Lance Hoyt came out, which is Lance Archer now. Lance Hoyt came out and carried Christy Hemme out. The most entertaining part of this match was when you just heard the people on the commentary team say, "Oh, look at that view." You could see her cheeks. Like, it was entertaining. Why they were called TNA. Scott Steiner's version of TNA. Titanos. You didn't hear that from me. So Chris Taven retains the X Division Championship against Jay Link. 2 out of 3 falls match. Christopher Daniels comes out after the match and attacks both of them into the match, ultimately leading to Christopher Daniels as the next challenge for the X Division Championship, I believe. 5 out of 5. Now this match is hard. Like the stipulations of this match, but Rhino and AJ Styles are the two perfect people to do this match. I believe it was the first ever of this match and the last ever. So Rhino defeats AJ Styles in an Elevation X match where whoever fell off the X lost. Now that was stupid because you know how small an X is,
Yeah.
right? But they were the perfect people to do it. If you get a chance, watch it. They did it. 3 out of 5. Kurt Angle defeated Scott Steiner by pinfall, 4.5 out of 5. And this was another stupid match because basically a WWE casket match, but it's TNA's version. So Sting defeated Abyss in a last rites match where he had to place Abyss in the deathbed casket and slam the door shut and have it raised to the roof. 3 out of 5. Which honestly, they said that it had to be raised to the roof first before they announced the winner. But when the door slammed shut, they announced Sting was the winner. Christian Cage retained the NWA Heavyweight Championship against Samoa Joe by pinfall when he used the ropes. 4 out of 5. Now, what was his name? Tyson Tomko?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Christian Cage's bodyguard at that moment, but he was in NJPW at that time doing his own thing because he wanted to make his own career and not shadow Christian Cage. Christian Cage was a little bit mad about that, trying to find somebody to help him the whole time. If I remember correctly. And what do we got over here?
Yeah. I'll tell you what we got over here. Over here, we got my superstar of the week, and I am talking about Mrs. Martibel Payano, 33-year-old from New York City. You might know her as Marty Belle. You also might know her as Izzy Belle. Now, she's been around for a very long time. I've been following her career essentially from the beginning. So she debuted in '08 in the world of unpredictable wrestling as Tristan Spade's valet. And next year, she debuted in a triple threat that ended in a triple countout. That was her first in-ring match. In 2010, she debuted in Women's Sports Uncensored. She did that until 2014, in which time she earned the WSU Tag Team Championship with Jazz and Tina San Antonio. She also won the WSU Spirit Championship. 2012 was a big year for her. She debuted in Evolve, Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Syndicate, Shimmer Women's Athletics, and also Shine, where she won the Shine Tag Team Championship 2 times with Jamie Jamison and 1 time with Allison Kay, which she is still currently the champion. After that, she debuted in TNA in 2014 until 2017. She debuted and won her first match against ODB. Now, They come in your first match and wrestle against ODB and win. That is a big accomplishment. In 2017, she also participated in the WWE's Mae Young Classic tournament, which unfortunately she got knocked out in the very first round. In 2019 until currently, she joined the NWA slash ROH, where she earned the NWA World Tag Team Champ with Allison Kay, which she's still currently the champ of, and the NWA World Tag Team Tournament again with Allison Kay. Some other titles and accolades she's got. Other belts she holds she won the AWA Pro Wrestling Alliance World Champ, the Heroes and Legends of Wrestling World Champ, which she's still currently the champ of, the New York Wrestling Connection Starlet Champ, the World Class Revolution Diamond Division Champ, and in 2016 she was Pro Wrestling Illustrated's number 32 of the top female superstars. Heck of a lot of accolades for a girl that never got a really big push, but she's a hell of a worker. She's all over the place. And she's definitely somebody that once you watch her, you can definitely see why she still holds so many belts, and she's just great.
Yeah, she's awesome, and WWE definitely dropped the ball when they had a chance to get her. I didn't know any of this. Like, this is why we do this, Superstar of the Week, so we can learn about it. That is a history lesson, a wrestling history lesson. So, she's amazing. And I gotta ask, what is Women Superstars Uncensored?
It's it's not what you think. It's definitely not what you think. It's just a promotion, a woman's promotion that kind of has an ECW edge.
Because I know Jimmy Hart promotion where there was actually some uncensored
Yeah,
women.
and actually, back in the early days of ECW was like that too. You'd go to the
Yeah,
ECW webpage and you'd get your news, and you'd get your steaming hot pictures of the
you
divas.
get your news and your nudes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, she amazing talent, and WWE dropped the ball when they had the chance to grab her. But glad they did, because she's probably gonna wind up in AEW or something one day.
Yeah,
AEW or Ring of Honor.
WWE definitely wouldn't have did good with her. I don't think. I think they would have just had her in like just purgatory essentially.
Like they got Elias.
Yeah.
Maybe her and Elias could have been catering and made a date together.
So I know you've been trying to do this for a while. Well, why don't you tell me about your superstar of the week?
Well, let me talk to you. All right, it's my re-superstar. Nerd, we already know why he got my audience. We already know why. We don't gotta talk about it. So, what do we got? We got a dummy,
Yeah.
and not the superstar. Yeah, LA Knight, Eli Drake. I better know him as Eli Drake was the one I started following. I've always been a fan of him. When I seen him in TNA debut, I was like, yo, Joe, check this guy out. Or Nerd, sorry, I don't want to use real names. Yo, Nerd, check this guy out. So, LA Knight, right? His real name is Sean Ricker. He's signed to WWE, currently performing in NXT as LA Knight, which I wish they would have used his real name, or his other name that everybody knows him as, Eli Drake, but whatever. He is in Impact Wrestling from 2015 to 2019 as Eli Drake, and NWA from 2019 to 2021 as Eli Drake. From 2010 to 2013, he was signed by prominent promotions like Championship Pro Wrestling from Hollywood using his real name. Championship Pro Wrestling, he's a one-time CPW Tag Team Champion with Jackpot Syndicate In championship wrestling from Hollywood, he is a one-time CWFH Heritage Champion, Heavyweight Champion, two-time NWA Heritage Tag Team Champion with Brian Cage, and in 2013 he won the Red Carpet Rumble. In DDT Pro Wrestling, he's a one-time Iron Man Heavy Metal Weight Champion. Sorry, I'm butchering this a little bit. I'm like reading fast. In Future Stars Wrestling, he's a two-time FSW Heavyweight Champion. In Empire Wrestling Federation, he's a one-time EWF Heavyweight Champion, and he won the 2011 Great Atlantic Battle Royal with Josh Dunbar. In Heartland Wrestling Association, he's a one-time HWA Television Champion. In Mach 1 Wrestling, he's a one-time N1W Tag Team Champion with Brian Cage. And in 2010, he won the N1W Tag Team Championship tournament with Brian Cage. In National Wrestling Alliance, he's a one-time NWA World Tag Team Champion with James Storm. In 2018, he was ranked number 32 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500. In Pro Wrestling Revolution, he's a one-time PWR Heavyweight Champion. In Total Nonstop Action Impact Wrestling, he is a one-time Impact World Champion, one-time Impact World Tag Team Champion with Scott Steiner, and he's a one-time TNA King of the Mountain Champion. In 2016 and 2017, he won the Gauntlet for the Gold. In 2017, he won the Red Case in the Race for the Case. In 2016, he won the King of the Mountain Championship contract in Beast or Fire match. And 2018, he won the World Tag Team Championship contract in Beast or Fire match. In Ultimate Championship Wrestling, he's a one-time UCW Heavyweight Champion, and in WWE, he's a one-time $1 Million Champion. Now, one thing I want to say about him, WWE better not drop the ball on him.
They will.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
hope they don't.
they will. I don't see them using him. Well, I just don't see it.
And if they drop the ball on him, I'm sure Tony Khan is ready to have him shine.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of accomplishments right there. And he's definitely made a name in the wrestling business. And they said that before. He's already a well-known name. When he debuted in NXT, they made it known he's already $1 million superstar.
Right. Yeah.
Or a mega superstar or whatever. So if they drop the ball on him, they're it's WWE. We already know.
Exactly. You got way too much faith.
Yeah. Can't give up on the company I grew up watching. As much as I love AEW, I can't give up on the company I grew up watching. Like generations of my family. Like not only me.
WWE is like an abusive spouse. Like they keep smacking us and beating us around, but we keep going back because we love them.
Yeah. Like we can't, because we remember when, what you gonna do, brother? You gotta eat your vitamins. You know, like we remember them days. That you can't see me, or whatever the fuck they're trying to put down your throat now, Fruity Pebbles and yeah.
All right. So let us talk about some gaming news.
No,
All right.
you're
All right.
skipping some parts. Segment 11.
I was trying to skip the beer chug, but all right. Cheers, and then we'll get on to the wrestling news. 2k22. All right.
Not really a chunk, but sorry.
Don't you judge me. Anyway, Xavier Woods showed up on his YouTube channel, Up Up Down Down, in a pretty awesome reveal. Something I'm pretty excited about is the YouTube channels Up Up Down Down and the Left Right belts and graphics are going, or are usable in 2K22. So what that means is for us, me and Wiz, and for all of you guys out there that have played like in leagues and stuff, now you have like a true internet championship belt, which is really cool. So I'm really excited to use that for our promotion coming up. Um, and yeah, and they got the graphics and everything, so I think that's really awesome. So
You can defend it online.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
didn't know that.
I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Um, like I said, I haven't started the game or even played it yet. I mean, I've played, like I said, the first little spot.
Told you once they saw Kenny Omega say that they were going to be defending belts online, they were going to do something by.
All right, so the DLC packs were revealed. So everybody that has the game, I hope you guys that are having fun. So these are the DLC packs that are going to be coming out for the rest of the spring. So I find it funny how they set these packs up. Like it seems like they're really mixed together. I don't know why.
Yeah, there's
Um,
no organization at all.
yeah, like they used to do like Legends packs, NXT packs, um, and maybe like a new Star pack or something like that. But they've got them all mixed up into just weird. Like, I don't know. Maybe they want to make it so like you don't need to wait, you know, 2 months to get one person that's supposed to be in an NXT pack. I don't know why they did it. But anyway, these are the packs that are coming out. You got the Bonsai pack, which is going to be Hall of Fame inductee Yokozuna, Umaga, Rikishi, almost Casey Catanzaro, and that's going to be coming out on April 26th. Then you got the Most Wanted pack, which I'm not excited about because it's got Cactus. It's got Cactus Jack. Like I said before, like Cactus.
So,
I mean,
so
make
wait, why'd you say you're not excited about
because all right, you always got Mick Foley. You always got the three faces of Foley.
it?
You
Yeah,
got
I
you
got you.
got
I
Dude
got you.
Love. You got the Man Cane, and you got Cactus Jack. Now only I only have Cactus Jack. I don't have Dude Love. I don't have Foley. I don't have. So I'm gonna have to re-download those because somebody's gonna have to make it on Community Creations.
They can just make a turn into the tires.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any screenshots that show like any alternative attires for it, but we'll see. So in the pack, it's going to be Cactus Jack, the Boogeyman, Vader, Ilja Dragunov, Indy Hartwell. Next, you got the stand backpack, which is going to be Hurricane Helms, Stacy Keebler, A Kid, Wesley, and Nash Carter. That's coming out on June 7th. Then you got the Clown Around pack, which is going to be Doink the Clown, Ronda Rousey, the British Bulldog, Dewdrop, Rick Boogs, and Mr. T, which comes out on June 26th. And then you got the whole damn pack, which is RVD, LA Knight, Zia Lee, Commander Aziz, Saray, Logan Paul, and Machine Gun Kelly. So that's coming out July 19th. So you see that these are all mixed up. So, like I said, usually they'd have a Legend pack, they'd have an NXT pack, like a new Star pack, and maybe like a second Legend pack or something like that. Um, Here, they should have had a Celebrity pack, a Legend pack, and NXT pack, and a new Star pack. But to mix them all up in these weird packs, I don't get it. But either way. So those are the packs that are coming out. Then I got, if you go to the 2K22 Twitter page, you could win a chance to win a free Rey Mysterio sweatshirt if you retweet the tweet, the pin tweet, and it's going to be hashtag WWE2k22, hashtag 619day, and hashtag giveaway. So if you retweet with those three hashtags, you got a chance to win a pretty cool shirt for, any of you guys that wanted something from a collector's edition. It seems like the only people that got collector's editions were like the big streamers, which I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the free pack that they got. They got a pretty nice headset, a Rey Mysterio T-shirt, and like a really cool LED neon Rey Mysterio light up sign. So they got cool, really cool stuff. So if you guys want something, to celebrate this pack, go to the 2K Twitter page and give it a shot. You might win. And then after that, WWE. Wiz had mentioned it before. Hey, Wiz, have you ever wanted to be a WWE correspondent?
I
Ha-
wanted to be the WWF.
uh,
Mm.
well,
I'm
for
glad
any
I'd be an impact.
for 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 any of you guys, if you really want to be a WWE correspondent, or if your dream in life is to be the next Renee Young, what
Be right back.
again? All right, all you gotta do is go to WWE TikTok, and they all you gotta do is duet this pinned tweet with our truth, and if you do that, you can win a chance to be a correspondent at the WrestleMania.
Hey, I remember you, dog. Right, like I said. Easy. My favorite part about Texas is the Eiffel Tower. I like them both, man. Both are my friends, man. My friends. I will give you Brock Reigns,
Brock Reigns,
Roman Lesnar.
Roman Lesnar.
That's what I give you. Yo, do you have the number to the Eiffel Tower? I like to go take a look at it again.
All right, so yeah, that's fun. It's kind of funny, and it's kind of cool that they're doing that for the fans. Um, I definitely I think that I'm going to duet him. I know Whistler is too, um, and who knows? We might just be the next correspondents for WWE. Who knows? So let's get on to talking some shows. So first off, we got AEW Rampage. This is March 4th, 2022. First off, we start out with Sammy Guevara, who retained the TNT Championship against Darby Allin via pinfall. Wiz went ahead and gave it a 5 out of 5. Next up, we got Eric Redbeard joining X Pac and Penta against the House of Black. After that, we got Keith Lee defeats JD Drake via pinfall. Wiz go ahead and give that a 3.5 out of 5. And Wiz, why don't you go on with the next one?
First of all, I want to apologize. I had to go tend to my daughter real quick. Uh, cause
We're on.
she's sick again. But anyway, so Serena Deeb defeats Layla Gray by submission, 1 out of 5. Bullshit match. They need to get away with that. They need to create the straight edge society again or something. Get her in something that actually means something instead of wasting people's time. Come on, Tony Khan. I know you know better than that. Christian Cage defeats Ethan Page by pinfall to qualify for the Face of the Revolution match, 4 out of 5. Anything you want to say about that show? The only thing I want to say is about Eric Ritter. Debut match. He hasn't did his debut match yet. I know. Sorry, I'm a little bit drunk. Don't mind me. But Eric Redbeard, great addition to AEW if he stays over there. But it's probably going to be a one and done like last time. So WWE SmackDown, March 4th, 2022. Ricochet wins the Intercontinental Championship with Stuart Solo. Because we thought, it's going to be Johnny Knoxville winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. But Ricochet wins the Intercontinental Championship against Sami Zayn by pinfall when Johnny Knoxville distracts Sami Zayn. 4 out of 5. Sami Zayn challenged Johnny Knoxville to a match at WrestleMania. Ultimately, Johnny Knoxville accepts. So Austin Theory announces that he will be Pat McAfee's opponent at WrestleMania, which if you didn't watch that segment, go ahead and watch it because it was awesome. Pat McAfee lost his shit, and it definitely wasn't scripted. Like, you could tell he was angry. Like, he's sitting there telling Mike Cole, "You're a piece of shit human being. You knew this was gonna happen." He's saying, "I'm back here, bitch." And Austin Theory, it was great. If it was a storyline, it's great storytelling. Um, but I'm sure Vince ate that up. So Naomi defeated Carmella by pinfall, 2 out of 5. Great, great people to put in a match, but it's a boring match. Drew McIntyre defeated Jinder Mahal, 2 out of 5. Whatever happened to Jinder Mahal being somebody big in WWE? First of all,
They, I mean, they just, I don't think they know what to do with him. Like when he was first with the company, he was this tiny little scrawny guy. They didn't know what to do with him. Then he came back, steroided out like super beast. Still, like they even tried to give him a push and still couldn't do anything with him now. Like now it's his status with the company now. Like he might as well just wait for the contract to end and just go off and maybe join a great colleague doing policing and something.
no, he can go be a part of controlling there, but nobody cares about him. Um, you can go performing in front of Applebee's. So next we got the Usos retain the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship by pinfall against the Viking Raiders, 3 out of 5. Big E and Sheamus ends in a no contest, 0 out of 5. This was what? Next week is the last match you get to see Big E in a match. This week was the second to last match. So Ronda Rousey, I shouldn't be saying that. I'm spoiling next week's episode. I'm sorry, but we already did anyway. So Ronda Rousey defeats Sonya Deville via submission, 3 out of 5. That was a main event. Good main event, but they should have made it a little better. They should have put in a better performance. This Impact Sacrifice, March 5th, 2022. Great show by Impact Wrestling. On the pre-show, we got Lady Frost defeating Gazelle Shaw by pinfall, 3 out of 5. Rich Swann and Willie Mack defeated Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, aka the OGK, aka Honor No More, by pinfall, 3.5 out of 5. Well, Canales was on the commentary during that time. On to the main show, Trey Miguel retained the X Division Championship on what would be his last match ever in Impact Wrestling. Well, right now, last match ever. Maybe he'll come back against Jake something, 3.5 out of 5. What a way to go out. You're heavyweight and you're performing for the X Division Championship. So, anyway, Eddie Edwards with Honor No More. Rhino with Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Chris Sabin by pinfall. Steve Macklin comes out during the match and attacks both Rhino and Edwards, ultimately showing that he doesn't care about nobody. He's with nobody. He's with no stable. He's Steve Macklin. So 4 out of 5. The Influence with Caleb with a K. They defeated the Inspiration by pinfall to become new Impact World Knockouts champions. Tag team champions, 3.5 out of 5. Now Caleb with a K, ultimately he threw one of the Impact Tag Team Championships into the ring and was trying to pass it to Jessica McKay, sorry. And I believe it was Tennille Dashwood that picked it up, or Madison Rain, one of them. But they used the champion instead, and they are the new tag team champions. Good match. I like the rivalry they got going on between them two. Jonah defeated PCO by pinfall, 5 out of 5, which we know PCO won't be going back to Ring of Honor as of now because PCO has signed a contract deal with Impact Wrestling. So Jay White defeats Alex Shelley by pinfall, 5 out of 5. Deonna Purrazzo retained the Ring of Honor's World Championship against the Women's World Championship against Chelsea Green by submission, 3 out of 5. Tasha Steelz defeated Mickey James by pinfall to become the Impact Knockouts World Championship, 4 out of 5, which I'm sure you could tell by my reaction to that. I didn't like that. So Sasha Steelz didn't deserve it. Um, I'm guessing that Mickey James is going to be doing something big with her career. I guess we'll see in the future, in future coming weeks. But I don't understand why Mickey James let her take the Impact World Women's Championship. I know she wants to push people, but Sasha Steelz don't deserve the push right
Yeah,
now, in my opinion.
you're probably right about that. It could be a storyline. Mickey James will most likely, win it back in the rematch.
I hope so. Or Chelsea Green. No, I hope. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Mickey James will have to go so that Chelsea Green can win. I hope Sasha Steelz don't deserve it right now. Hey, don't get mad at me for saying that now. Impact Wrestling, if you ever watch this. Violent by Design defeated the Good Brothers to become, by pinfall, to become the new Impact World Tag Team Champions. 4 out of 5. Bruce retained the Impact World Heavyweight Championship against Heath by pinfall, which we all know was going to happen. But after the match, Josh Alexander returned to take out Moose and announced he has signed a multi-year contract with Impact. They will be going one-on-one for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship at the next Impact pay-per-view. Rebellion. 4 out of 5 for that match.
Yeah, that was definitely a great show. But I'll tell you what, that show is definitely not as, it has some great matches. But the next show that you're going to talk about, man, you want to talk about some matches.
That's pay-per-view I have ever seen. If you want to be like Chris Jericho. So, in the buy-in, which is a pre-show for AEW, legit Layla Hirsch defeated Chris Statlander by pinfall 3 out of 5. Hook, which is Ted's son, defeated QT Marshall by submission 3.5 out of 5. House of Black defeated Eric Redbeard, Penta Ascoro by pinfall 5 out of 5 for that match. But I wish Eric Redbeard would have won his debut match. Like, Eric Redbeard, as you may know him, Eric Rowan, but he did not. That's the worst way to have somebody debut is have him lose, in my opinion.
If you wanted to get him over, he definitely should have won.
Yeah. Um, On to the main show. This match, Chris Jericho put him over. We all know it. We all know that Chris Jericho did it to put him over. So Eddie Kingston beat Chris Jericho by submission, 5 out of 5. Eddie Kingston won the handshake from Chris Jericho after the match, as Chris Jericho promised. If Eddie Kingston won, Chris Jericho said, "Nah, I can't do that," and walked out. So Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus retained the AEW World Tag Team Championship against Red Dragon and the Young Bucks when they pinned the Young Bucks, 5 out of 5. Wardlow won the Face of the Revolution ladder match to earn the future shot of the TNT Championship, 5 out of 5. AEW has signed Swerve Strickland, which is the third superstars that go to AEW that we were talking about earlier. That say that we were going to announce later on because we didn't want to do it at the pay-per-view. But as you all know him, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Swerve Strickland has signed with AEW. And Jade Cargill retaining the TBS Championship against Ty Conte. Now without a kiss, 3.5 out of 5. Great match, but she still needs some developing, and she's getting there. I'm definitely getting impressed every time I see it. So CM Punk defeated MJF in the Bell Collar match by pinfall when Wardlow come out. MJF called him down, wanted the ring. Wardlow wouldn't give it to MJF, but as soon as the MJF was not look, Wardlow gave it to CM Punk. Well, not directly, but Wardlow placed the ring on the mat while CM Punk was looking. CM Punk grabbed it. Boom. MJF. CM Punk wins 5 out of 5. Dr. Britt Baker retained the AEW Women's World Championship against Thunder Rosa by pinfall. Rosa should have won, but Rebel distracted the referee both times. Rosa had her beat by pinfall, and Rosa had her beat by submission. 5 out of 5. John Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson by pinfall after the match. They kept fighting. Security tried to break him up, but failed. William Regal debuts, slaps them both, and has them shake their hands. Forming a tag team, ultimately. They didn't announce it at the pay-per-view, but ultimately is forming one of the best tag teams to come. 5 out of 5. Darby Allin, Sting, and Sammy Guevara defeat Matt Hardy, Andre Elliott, and Xavier Cassidy by pinfall 5 out of 5. Hangman Adam Page retained the AEW World Championship against Adam Cole Bay by pinfall 5 out of 5.
Yeah, that was definitely a great show, man. That was you just had a pocket full of fives on that one, huh?
Yeah, that was one of the longest pay-per-views I ever watched. Like, I got home at 11 o'clock to watch it. I didn't go to bed till after 5, so I was watching it that long. Long pay-per-view, but you definitely couldn't tell. Like, there wasn't a moment that was dull. Like, and down again. They're going WWE. I give them a year, maybe 2 years. WWE gonna be. They're gonna be a rivalry. There's gonna be a war. AEW's gonna win.
Definitely.
Maybe 3 years. But when they decide to do the war, AEW will win.
I mean, AEW's winning already.
Yeah. There's no doubt. The only reason WWE might win is because we grew up. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. AEW kicks their ass. Right now, us wrestling fans are being spoiled by Tony Khan.
Not
Tony
spoiled.
Khan knows
They,
what we want.
yeah, not spoiled. They're just doing what they should be doing, and that's putting on a good program. Unlike what you're going to talk about next, which is not really that great of a program.
Yeah, snooze fest. This was a snooze fest. So, WWE Raw, March 7th, 2022. I won't blame you if you fall asleep while I'm talking about this. Arcade Bro wants right by pinfall against Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and for Academy to become the new WWE Raw Tag Team Champions 5 out of 5. That was the best show of the night. Or best match of the night, I'm sorry. Dana Brooke retains the 24/7 championship against Tamina by pinfall. By the way, the previous match was 5 out of 5. I don't think it said that. This match was a 1 out of 5. If I were 5 out of 5 with a win. Braun Breaker makes his Raw debut. Time as a champion and his tag team partner. They defeat the Dirty Dogs 3 out of 5. Another 1 out of 5. Omos defeats Apollo Crews. Why the hell didn't they fire him yet? 1 out of 5.
Huh?
Liv Morgan.
What happened?
Liv Morgan defeated Queen Zelina by pinfall. Added to the WrestleMania title match. 3 out of 5. Finn Balor defeats Austin Theory by DQ when Damian Priest interferes. 2.5 out of 5. This is probably the best moment of the night. Kevin Owens wants Stone Cold to be his guest at the KO show at WrestleMania. Anything else?
No, I definitely hope that happens. I also want to see KO actually go on to Stone Cold's podcast. So Kevin Owens could have the the little on or televised segment, but I'd like to see a full interview with KO on the Stone Cold podcast.
Stone Cold already accepted, so we already know it's gonna happen. Stone Cold said he's gonna open up a kind of whoop ass though. So what do we got? I think it's gonna set up for a match ultimately.
I think so.
I don't see Stone Cold coming back just for a segment. Stone Cold comes back, he's coming back to kick your ass. Like, Stone Cold's off script. Stone Cold is no script.
Right.
In my opinion. He's coming back to kick your ass.
No, yeah, he's definitely gonna do it on his own terms. I've got no doubt about that.
So, Then we got another snooze fest. It's a little bit better than Raw. Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai, WNXT, March 8th, 2022. Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai defeat Raquel Gonzalez and Cora Jade by pinfall to advance in the Dusty Women's Cup 3 out of 5. Talon Henley defeats Tiffany Stratton. I always want to say Tiffany Stratton. But Tiffany Stratton by pinfall 2 out of 5. Grayson Waller defeated LA Knight in the last man standing match, which is great to see on NXT. 5 out of 5. But LA Knight should have won. Io Shea and Kaylee Ray defeat Casey Castanera and Kaden Carter by pinfall to advance in the Dusty Women's Cup 4 out of 5. MSK versus Impact. I don't even know who the hell won this match because the announcers never said who won. The Creed brothers, also known as the Diamond Mine, they interfered, but they attacked one of each of the opponent team of the other teams at the same time. So they never announced a winner. 0 out of 5. That segment was just stupid as shit.
And you
Dolph
know what?
Ziggler,
And you know what? Being WWE, they will never acknowledge that.
they probably won't.
They will never acknowledge it or they will never have an answer of what happened in this match.
Yeah, I go watch it. Like they never announced it. They never announced the winner. You as the fans, if you watch us, I know we don't have many fans right now, but when we get the fans, if you watch this part, go watch that. March 8th, 2022. Go watch that. It's right before the main event. They never announced the winner. 0 out of 5. If I could give it a negative rating, I would. So, the main event was 5 out of 5. Dolph Ziggler won the NXT Championship against Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa. It sucks Braun Breaker lost the NXT Championship so quick, but hopefully when he goes to Raw or SmackDown, he gets the push. And he becomes a star, we all know he is. He is a star. And he's got a bright future ahead of him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was very surprised that he came back and got the championship. I did not see that, but I think it's just going to be a rush of people to challenge him, which he's just going to make look good until he finds the one that will eventually take it off him.
You know who's going to beat him?
Who do you think?
The glorious one, Robert Roode himself. Robert Roode's going to turn on him. Watch. Robert Roode's going to get jealous of the spotlight. Robert Roode's going to turn on him.
Yeah, that's kind of predictable. The way WWE would go.
I don't understand why it would happen to NXT, but they're trying to make that their flagship show right now, as it seems. So, because they can't do a 5-star match on Raw or SmackDown.
No.
I mean, besides that tag team match, but that's only because you got Calibration, Riddle, and Bacon, Randy Orton. So, on to a real show. AEW Dynamite March 9th, 2022. Jericho starts the show off to call out Eddie Kingston, to shake his hand. 2.0 and Daniel Garcia come out and attack Eddie Kingston. And Jericho, Santino and Ortiz come out to help, and they give Jericho all back. Jericho turns on them and attacks them instead. Jake Hager comes out and acts mad, like he's mad at Jericho, just to attack the former Inner Circle members. And Jericho says that he, 2.0, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia are now the stupidest stable name in wrestling history. The Jericho Appreciation Society.
That's about as stupid as the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have a rivalry. When AEW goes head on head with WWE, you have the Jericho Appreciation Society against the Mr. McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
Yeah, they already got Mr. William Regal, so there you go.
Yep. Hey, they're just a bunch of dummies. Yeah. So next we got Hangman Adam Page defending his AEW World Championship again and retaining again against Dante Martin by pinfall. Dante Martin by pinfall 4 out of 5. Adam Cole comes out, challenges Adam Page to a six-man tag team match next week and says his days as champion are numbered as his win was a fluke. Then we got Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley with Green Regal versus the Workhorsemen. They win by submission. 3 out of 5. Now, this match was not needed. Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, you do not need to put them against jobbers. We already know they're great stars. I put them against a tag team that actually means something, not jobbers.
Right. Yeah, that's just a waste of talent.
Yeah. Like, you ain't proving nothing. In my opinion. I'm sure everybody else feels the same. Most people. Hawk defeats whislerj by pinfall 3 out of 5. Adam Cole announces Red Dragon as his partners next week in the six-man tag team match. Red Dragon said the Young Bucks are arguing. Adam Cole doesn't like it, but personally, I think the Young Bucks are going to be Adam Page's partners, as it makes sense. The rumors that I heard don't make sense. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I say it's either going to be Young Bucks or members of the Dark Order, but I 100% think it's going to be Young Bucks. So now the best moment of the week. I'm meeting with AHFO. Matt Hardy says he wants to set things straight and make everything good in the AHFO. Andrade El Idolo wants to fire Matt Hardy from the company that Matt Hardy started. They have a vote on if Matt Hardy stays or not. They all attack Hardy and Ultimate, and Darby Allin and Sting come out, but the numbers win. Then, are you ready? The most amazing part of the night. Are you ready? The Hardy Boys theme song hits from WWE, like the old Hardy Boys from the WWE theme song. They hit, and Jeff Hardy comes out to save the day. We all knew it was going to happen. Jeff Hardy became a free agent that morning, and he was signed to AEW that night. 5 out of 5. I normally don't rate segments, but that segment got a 5 out of 5. Like, the crowd went nuts. Jim Ross went nuts. Jim Ross,
Yeah.
I think, broke script. Like, the excitement from Jim Ross was amazing.
Yeah, the world went wild when he came out, and the fact that he came out with the old music made it even better. Such a great
Yeah,
return.
I rewinded. I kept rewinding. I was like, nah, I'm hearing things. I'm hearing things. Tony Khan knows what he wants, man. So, yeah, can't wait to see more. But next segment, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus retain the AEW World Tag Team Championship, which now their days as tag team champions are numbered that the Hardys are in. But they're retained against the Acclaim 4 out of 5. And no, the Acclaimed have not gotten the oral sessions from Jon Moxley wife. She has not hosted them on the oral sessions. Thunder Rosa defeats Layla Hirsch by pinfall 3 out of 5 next week. A long-awaited opportunity, especially after the screw job at the pay-per-view. Thunder Rosa versus Dr. Britt Baker will be for the AEW Women's World Championship in a steel cage match. I hope Thunder Rosa wins. I really do. Scorpio Sky defeats Sammy Guevara to become the new TNT champion 5 out of 5. Any comments?
No, no, that was you know, I am looking forward to the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker match. I have to disagree with you on that. I'm definitely for Dr. Britt Baker.
Well, we know what you want. I'm pretty sure you probably go on that OnlyFans with it. Alright, so next we got Impact, which was still better than Raw. Willie Mack defeats Kenny King by pinfall 3 out of 5. Oh, by the way, this was March 10th, 2022. Willie Mack defeated Kenny King by pinfall 3 out of 5. Ace Austin wins a pinfall in the triple threat against John Skyler and Crazy Steve 4 out of 5. The Inspiration, Chelsea Green and Mickey James defeat the Influence, Tasha Steelz and Savannah Edwards. I think for 3 out of 5. Which you watched Impact did a dummy moment. Savannah Evans was announced as with Tasha Steelz, not and her partner. She was announced as her manager, but yeah, it had me confused because when I was writing down the match results, I wrote her as a man. She was 100% in the match. And then the main event, we had Eddie Edwards defeat Rich Swann by pinfall, 3 out of 5. That's it.
No, actually, that's 3 out of 6.
I fixed it online.
Did you?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
forgot it was 3 out of 6 last night.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the RTP Boozing Wrestle Chat podcast. This was episode 6. I just want to remind you guys again, please subscribe, hit that like button, and elbow drop that bell so you make sure that you get our video reminders when we do upload. And as long as everything goes great this time, and whether I want to whether I want to censor whislerj or not, we'll see. But thank you so much for spending your time with us again tonight. And let's chug a beer.
Booze up.
Peace out.
Peace out.